Real purpose, real service is, and we've talked about this a little bit before, which is in a day and age where coming to work or staying home has controversy and mental fitness issues attached. How do I help redesign work so that the people I go to work with feel safe, heard, seen when they come to work every day? Like, what can I do at the office to make somebody else feel seen and heard and validated, to protect somebody else's mental fitness? That's service. Teach people that. And this is one of the reasons why, I work so hard and like built a whole company to teach human skills, because the skills to do those things are not well understood. And their skills, remember, cats don't have to work very hard to be cats, but it takes a lot of work to be a human being. And most of us actually lack the skills to be a good human being. Things like listening, active listening. Like, do you know how to hold space for somebody who's struggling? Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to have a difficult conversation? Can you have a conversation about race in your company? Do you know how to give somebody incredibly difficult feedback in a way that they can hear it without being defensive? Do you know how to have an effective confrontation, to go up to somebody who's your level, higher or lower than you in the corporate hierarchy, and confront them because they did something that upset you in a way that they will hear you? Like, do you have any of those skills? Most people, including people in positions of leadership, lack those skills. Now, the best part is those skills are teachable, learnable, and practicable. Every single one of them can be learned by absolutely 100% of people. Just like every single person on the planet can learn to ride a bicycle. Everybody can learn to ride a bicycle. You just have to do a little bit of the work. And you're going to wobble and you're going to scrape your knees a few times. But I guarantee you, you'll get to the point where it becomes second nature. And so if you want to build a company that builds service and purpose into the company, please teach people human skills. And don't ask me what the ROI is, right? That's like what Gary Vaynerchuk says, like, what's the ROI of your mother, right? Like, it's everything you and I have talked about. What's the ROI of going to the gym one day? Nothing. The answer is zero, unless you do it every day. And so if you have a company filled with people who are brilliant listeners, brilliant at confrontation, brilliant at expressing their feelings, brilliant at having difficult conversations with each other, watch what happens to productivity, to engagement, to innovation, to loyalty, to customer service. Just every metric on the planet. And the most important one, the joy of the people who come to work. Where people say, I love my job. I feel like I'm a part of something bigger than myself, and it has nothing to do with the product or service we sell. I get the ultimate joy of taking care of the people I work with. And I feel taken care of by the people I work with. And that's about the greatest gift you can give to a company. That's good leadership, by the way.
And that's service to society in the same
that,
way.
And the reason it's service to society is for a very simple reason, because if you learn all these skills and my company teaches me these skills, even if it's selfish because they want to make their office better and they want more innovation and more productivity and more engagement, fine, great. Somebody who's a better listener and better at confrontation, once you have that skill, you have that skill, which means you go home with that skill. And you now are better able to hold space for your spouse or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your children, which means you have now improved your relationships, which means they feel seen and heard and understood better than they ever have before. And because they now know what it feels like, they in turn instinctively do it for their friends and their neighbors.